From you, Jeff, to Judi, who is out in the field. We send Judi out in the field to check out all the culinary prospects out there. Judi Gallagher joining us now from Ruth Chris Steakhouse in Sarasota. Judi?
Oh, Donnie, this is so spectacular. I don't know where to start. I'm here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. They've been in town for years, and while they're not open daily for lunch, you can certainly rent the space for a party, a get-together, so many different options. But at come 4:30, when they unlock that door, they have a great bar area with a great happy hour and some really nice bar menu items just to congregate and gather if you want a light night, or come into the dining room and you're going to enjoy the stellar quality of prime steaks, wonderful sides, and just a little seafood. So stay with me throughout the hour as we wine and dine on one of my favorite foods, steak, and so much more, right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. And I want you to meet Philip, the manager. Philip, you're going to walk us through a little bit about the history of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, Ruth, and of course, how long you've been here in Sarasota.
Well, I've only been in Sarasota since November. I started with the brand at the St. Pete at the Sundial, Ruth's Chris. But we were schooled on what Ruth Fertel was all about. Some people think her last name is Chris. That's not correct. Right. She is Ruth Fertel. She was a single mother of two. She was a lab assistant that knew she'd never be able to send her kids to college on her salary. So she saw an ad in the Times-Picayune for a steakhouse, for the Chris Steakhouse, for $20,000. So she borrowed $22,000, realizing she needed some extra money to run a business, and she set out to learn about the steakhouses, how to cut the steak, how to cook the steak, how to make the drinks. And she said she used to keep the door propped open just a little bit, so when people saw this little lady working so hard in the kitchen, they'd be less likely to complain.
I love it. And it's true. And over the years, it's just elevated to something that is just fantastic. What do you want people on the Suncoast to know about this particular Ruth's Chris right here in Sarasota?
Well, we share Ruth's passion for bringing top-notch product and service to the guest. We do open at noon on certain holidays, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, those kind of days. We do open at noon on those days. And we have that great happy hour that you already mentioned every day except Saturday at 4:30. And we have some great things coming up. We have a cocktail dinner this Thursday with Grey Goose cocktails. We have a beer dinner coming up with local brewery J-Dubs on the 23rd of September. And then on the 16th of October, we have the Stag's Leap Winery wine dinner. And Randy and I love pairing food and wine, and it's a real passion of ours, and we love to share that with our guests.
And a Stag's Leap wine dinner, I know, is going to be exquisite. Those are really exciting choices. Now, real briefly, because we're going to talk to Chef Randy in a minute, but what makes the steak just that high quality?
Well, it is the fact that it's prime beef, and all we do is put salt and pepper on it, and it's the Montague ovens that Ruth actually helped to create that do the 1,800 degree temperature that seal in the juices, and then it goes on that 500-degree plate that Ruth pioneered with just a little parsley and butter, and it's just all it needs.
And that's all it needs, trust me. And this is all I need is this tomahawk. Go nowhere. Chef Randy's coming up, and he's going to walk us through the culinary dream at this table in just a few minutes. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.
Don, I'm in the Culinary Olympics here, and I want you to meet Chef Randy, who is going to guide us through my championship meal today.
Excellent, excellent. We're going to start right over here. We're going to go with the seafood tower. It has an array of everything. We have our king crab. We have 2 full lobsters on there that's cut up nicely. We have jumbo shrimp. We have colossal crab meat. And it comes with 2 different sauces whenever you order this as well, but we just wanted to show you this. We're going to go to your favorite.
I love this chopped salad.
Chopped salad. Chopped salad. 13 different ingredients in this particular item. Great flavor. Lemon basil dressing on it. It's phenomenal. Moving up to the front, we got our fresh mozzarella and kamado salad. It has an aged balsamic that's actually on top. That's phenomenal. We have our salmon, which has a soy and blackened rice bed. Has the salmon, about 8.5 ounces, has roasted tomatoes around the outside, and a dill caper butter sauce that's on top of that.
And this baby, oh my gosh.
Go. I know it was one of your favorites, so I had to bring it out here. We have the ahi tuna. seared rare. You can sear it however you want. Have a little bit of bok choy. We have some cilantro, some green onions, some regular onions, some roasted red pepper. It's a phenomenal dish.
It's a beautiful piece. Now, quickly, we got to talk about your sides.
The sides, we have a potato au gratin that's over there. We have our sweet potato casserole. We have the lobster macaroni and cheese, which is, I mean, to die for. 4 different cheeses in it. It's
just
phenomenal.
crazy. And staying in the theme, we're going to get to steaks in 1 second, but quickly, let's talk about the half chicken.
Double-breasted, over a pound, stuffed, a couple different cheeses, garlic, thyme, rosemary. It has everything in it. It's phenomenal.
And now we get to what Ruth created and what Ruth's Chris is all about. And notice the tomahawk right in front of me, one of my faves.
It's 40 ounces, bone on, like we said earlier, salt and pepper, a little bit of butter, parsley on top, USDA prime. It's phenomenal. Then we got over here, we have our 40-ounce porterhouse, best of both worlds, have our New York strip filet. We also have our USDA prime filet that's up front. It's 11 ounces. We also have a 16-ounce bone-on the menu.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. And then last but not least, the best, because Ruth Fertel's actually favorite dish of all, a mid-rare 16-ounce strip.
Oh, man, that woman knew how to eat, and so do I. But go nowhere, because Chef Randy has prepared a slew of homemade desserts and a great dessert cocktail. We'll be back in a few. Thank you, Randy.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And you have to have a little homemade dessert and a dessert cocktail. So here, newly appointed sous chef, Scott, I want to welcome you to the program and tell us what you prepared for dessert.
Well, Judy, as you know, we make all our desserts in-house from scratch, and they're all fresh berries, fresh herbs. This is our cheesecake. It's a cream cheese-based cheesecake, and of course it's topped and served with fresh berries. This is our
classic steakhouse, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I love a good creme brulee. So you guys have nailed it.
Oh, yes. This is a traditional creme brulee. It's got fresh berries on it. We have the white chocolate bread pudding.
And look at this. Let's talk about the sauces.
It comes with 4 different sauces. It's a Frangelico creme anglaise, a Chambord creme anglaise, a Tia Maria creme anglaise, and Grand Marnier creme anglaise. And also you can get it with sweet cream.
Awesome. So many different choices and still more desserts to go. And of course, a chocolate Diablo. Thank you so much for having us. It's been a delightful, delightful day here at Ruth's Chris. They open at 4:30. I'll probably see you then.